All right, you know, bars across the country yesterday were open early, and I mean really early, 10 a.m. Eastern time for this Comey hearing party. Is at least, well, good and constructive that people are interested in politics, even if they're getting smashed as they're watching it play out on the screen. We've got entrepreneur Michael Parrish-Tadell, attorney, Emily Campagna, internet radio sensation, Mike Gunzelman, we call him Guns, attorney and radio host Christy Gunzik. I apologize. So, Guns, I think this is a constructive development.
Well, one of my favorites was the bar that had the FBI special, which was French toast, beer, and impeachment, is what they were trying to sell yesterday. Yeah.
All right. Well,
but I mean, obviously, as far as people getting involved in the political process, like that's cool and everything. But the problem I think now is, especially with social media, is that everybody thinks that they know everything, and they're tweeting out. Like going on Facebook or Twitter yesterday was an absolute disaster and unbearable, just because of everyone's opinions, people freaking out on each other. And it's just a mess. So I have no problem with people getting involved, but I just wish that they would do research first.
Did any of you do anything like that yesterday?
I didn't go to any big party, but I will say I'd rather people talk about the political process than I would about the Kardashians. They're going to be on social. Yeah. They're going to be on talking about something. They might as well talk about something that's important.
And we're used to going to bars for sports events and all. I think it's constructive to go there for something like that.
It's great for them to see it firsthand instead of having to hear some fake news. They actually got to see what really happened. The one thing that did make me nervous, though, I have to say, one of the bars said every time Donald Trump tweeted, they were going to give free shots, and I was just getting nervous because him and Twitter, I don't know.
And not a one.
He didn't
not a single tweet.
Free shots. So
but at first I was nervous. I was like,
unfortunately, I was not drinking yesterday, but after watching it, I wish I was drinking, especially during McCain's part. Oh my God!
Don't be mean. Does that bother you? The people where bars open up early for something like this?
It doesn't bother me, and I love the interest, but I do think that it's breeding armchair quarterbacks, and especially in the political and legal realm, and it's agonizing. You're right to hear this, and also to see that this kind of impressionable cadre of millennials are thinking that they know really what's going on and the things that they're protesting, things that they're putting out. You know,
but it works both ways, right? If you like Donald Trump, you've got Trump supporters at these bars, right?
Sure. Well, we have people complaining about the Trump 10. They're saying that now they're gaining weight because of it. So when they're ordering impeachment and alcohol,
they're gaining weight because of all the drinks, not because of the Trump 10.
He's breaking up relationships, marriages. It's all happening.
With all the protests, everyone's getting a lot of exercise.
No politics, no religion at the bar. Just remember that.
Just be drunk. All right, item 2 here. Last Friday, we discussed a study that showed that people are now skipping lunch breaks and opting to eat at their desk. But a new report shows that Americans are spending around $11 each time they grab some lunch. Now, of course, you could always argue if you save the cash, you'd be a gazillionaire by the time these people are old like me. Emily, what do you make of that?
I think that the fact that these property prices are skyrocketing, that maybe they know something that we don't, which is why bother saving anyway, because no one's ever going to afford it. And I also think that given, I'm speaking now as an attorney, that a lot of the laws we're seeing are actually renter-friendly, maybe it behooves everyone not to save, not to be owners, because it's better to be a renter.
I don't know what the message is here. $11 for lunch. In New York, that doesn't get you past the soda. But, I mean, why is it bad that, and particularly the younger you are, oftentimes the more you spend?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's necessarily so bad, and I don't think that millennials are bad at saving. There is a misconception. Merrill Lynch study came out 2017, last month in May. Millennials save the most, more than your generation, more than Gen X.
We're not saving the most money. You're being a little disingenuous here now, compared to where they were at your age.
Exactly.
But not now.
Exactly.
Because you're eating all these lunches.
We're eating all these lunches. We could be saving more. But the fact is that we think we're bad savers. We're better savers than we think we are. An $11 lunch, I don't think that's going to break us for most people.
I think if you're a millennial right now, you're broke. I think student loans, I think that's why a lot of them live home with their parents. I think that the money's really, I actually don't. So good for me.
How much do you spend?
I got one thing going for me. I do not live with my parents right now.
Right now. You said right now.
How much do you guys spend on it? Like how much when you
I think that $11 sounds pretty much right. But the one thing I did disagree with that article, millennials doing it wrong. Isn't that why we live with our parents, so that they can make us lunch?
Yeah, that was a little mean, right? That was a little mean. On both ends.
Isn't it funny that everything goes up except our salaries? Like the MTA costs along on the railroad.
Come on. By the way, speaking of spending, you heard about this probably. About 80,000 people are currently camping out at, is it called Bonnaroo?
Yes, Bonnaroo. Down in Tennessee.
Anyway, it's a 4-day music festival where the cheapest option to just get in is about $274.50 fees, not to mention travel, lodging, and expenses. We had one last year. I think my producer on my FBN show went. Do we have that, Pam, we could show? because I do want to embarrass him. The guy in the blue there, that guy produces a 2-hour show for me. And
He's doing great.
I'm seriously questioning the wisdom of that career choice.
Oh, man.
There's no way he's been drinking during this, so I'm sure Ralph is just fine. Michael, what do you think of all this?
Well, listen, I think millennials love experiences. Typically, we spend our money on experiences, less on possessions.
But does that worry you about Ralph, my producer?
Well, a lot worries me about Ralph, the
Absolutely.
producer. That's definitely
Right.
one thing. As long as you have the money. I don't want people getting in debt and then going and spending this money that they don't have. They have
You're
the money.
okay with the $11 lunch, the $275?
That's a little much, but if you have the money, I say spend it on what you like, and if you like experience, go crazy.
Yeah,
Ralph,
absolutely.
I endorse
What
the
is
dance.
the draw to this event? Does anyone know?
Well, I've gone in the past. It's great.
Oh, boy, that's a shame.
I know, right? Well, I do. My radio show is based on music, so I speak with artists and everything, and I
You
go
and
to
me both.
concerts all the time, though. But, you know, it's a great thing because you can go with your best friends, but you're also surrounded around 20,000 other people that are literally all there just to have a good time,
Yeah.
scream Bruce Springsteen's Glory Days
That's
when you're
fine.
half-wasted. What's wrong with that? It's all about the love.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of one of these festivals not ending with everyone's tents being lit on fire and everyone just
Yeah.
going crazy.
He's
And
lighting them.
yeah, it's all Ben's fault.
I think it's Ralph.
No, but the beauty about music, though, is it really does bring people together regardless of sex or race or anything like that. I mean, you saw how powerful it was in Manchester. You know what I mean? When it comes
Right.
down to it, music can really, it's an outlet, it's an escape from reality, and it's
Does
important.
anyone know if we can show this again, what Ralph is doing?
I think
Like in
there's
this
a name
thing, like
for it.
he...
Is he trying to twerk?
I don't know. I don't know what he's
Oh,
doing.
no, he's
but-
doing great with his life.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Great.
I just don't know what he's doing. And is everyone like this at this event?
It looks like he's hula hooping a little bit.
Feeling the music, baby.
Maybe that's dancing. But I will say, too, I mean,
That is not
There it is.
dancing. That
maybe
is
to
not
him, maybe to
dancing.
him, it's swaying. I
Yeah.
mean, I look at this
rocking
it's
back
like
and
the
forth.
millennial version of hacky sack. But I also feel like, you know, $270, well, what's priceless? The Instagramming afterward and
That
the
is
millions
true.
of likes that you're seeking.
Have
and the
you
fact
ever gone
that
to this?
I have not.
You ever gone to this?
So
I haven't. I'd only want to see
I
the
was just
Red
like,
Hot Chili Peppers.
Governor's-
Would it make you
Yeah.
think less of trusting a guy like Ralph to provide a broadcast for you?
Or me.
I think it'd make us trust him more.
But I think
Really?
I think Mike, you touched on a good point. Bringing people together. There's so much division right now. I don't think that millennials are happy about that. Forget parties. Forget Democrat, Republican. We need to come together. And if music does that, if experience does that, I'm all for it. Bring people together. Get them talking. Get them involved.
Just party.
I wanted to send my daughter to you. All right, we're going to talk a little bit.
Before.
Yeah.
I
not me.
said sure.
No, not you. No. All right, that'll do it here. We have a lot more.